Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today, I am going to be doing a full glam makeup look for an engagement party. So if you guys are interested in this look right here, I'm experimenting with my makeup more. You guys should be proud. And also doing lash clusters, which I think they turned out pretty good. Fingers crossed. Hopefully they last through the night. But if you guys are interested in this makeup look, something very bronzy, something very glowy, something that fits in with formal. If you guys are interested in this look, then definitely keep on watching. Let's get started on the glam. So obviously skin is prepped. You want to make sure you're hydrated because we're going to put a lot on and we don't want it to look cakey. We want it to look seamless and flawless, especially because it's going to be lasting all night. So this is what we're starting with. I have a skincare routine up on my channel if you guys would like to look at that. But next we're going to blend. I want it to be bronze because it's summer and I want it to be warm, but it's kind of like a midday engagement party, so I don't want to be so full glam for like 6 p.m. but obviously still look formal and put together and classy. I'm going to go in with the Say bronzing drops and I'm going to mix that in with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation just to kind of lower the coverage of the foundation and also add some glow and bronze to my routine. Only going to do a few mini pumps, just enough to cover my face with a very light, just to even it out. Basically this is what we look like right now, and I'm just gonna start blending it out. I really am the biggest component and believer of less is more, especially when you're gonna do like a full glam look, because you can always add, but if you start out heavy it's kind of hard to then like minimize it after that, really. So I like to start as simple as possible and then add more if needed as I continue on. And with my beauty blender and just dab it in even more, because with the flat brush it can kind of look streaky, so I just want to make sure that all those streak lines are gone. We're going to continue with all the creamy stuff, so we're going to look pretty oily for a second, but just trust the process. I'm going to go in with my tried and true, the Say bronzer in Sun Melt, and I'm just gonna warm up my face. I do this pretty messily because I know I'm gonna add more bronzer later, and this is gonna be like kind of like the underpaint. So, and now onto some blush. I again want to keep it pretty warm, sun-kissed, end of August, early September vibes. So I'm gonna go in with the Rhode blush in Roasted Teddy, and I'm just gonna put on my cheekbones and blend that in as well. Now we can finally do my favorite part, which is concealer and color corrector. Take my NARS concealer, Creamy Radiant in 2.6 Cafe Con Leche. I put it under my eyes because obviously my under eyes are not looking that good, and I really focus more on the outer parts and then also on any problem areas on my face. So I have a few like pimples here, get some of those. And I go in with my Kosas color corrector and I put that more in the inner corner of my eyes, like here, 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 and then also on the top of my lids because those are also not color corrected. So once I look kind of like a clown, I'm usually letting that sit for a second, and then what I do is I'll start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So I'll go in with these areas and start blending that in, and then do the eyes last once it's a little bit more tacky. I know with covering the concealer everywhere we look very crazy, but now we're gonna kind of fix it up and it's gonna look uphill from here. We're gonna first immediately set our under eyes because that's always the first to crease for me. Huda Beauty, because it brightens and blurs, which is exactly what we need. I predominantly just do this under my eyes and on my eyelids, as well as anywhere else that I just want to be brightened and look nice. So I don't really bake with this. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm someone where once I find a product that works for me, I will use that forever. But I'm always open to new suggestions. Okay, now we're gonna set our face with some Charlotte Tilbury, and because we're outdoors and it's like 90 degrees today, I'm kind of gonna go a little bit more heavier and mattify it because I don't want to look so oily, and because it's super hot out, I know like my makeup's just already gonna be looking glowy, so I don't need to add extra glow really, if that kind of makes sense. But now we're gonna warm up her face again with some bronzer. I like this Mario one because I think it pairs really beautifully with the Toasted Teddy that we put underneath for the blush, because it has like, it's a dark brown, but I feel like the undertones just complement the brown on that blush very nicely. I'm a big blush girl, true and true, so I'm gonna combine two blushes. I'm gonna combine the Say in Chow and the Rare Beauty in Truth because I like the Chow. It's like basically the powder version of the Toasted Teddy, which I think is perfect for layering, but I also love a little bit of pink, and this is not too pink. It's like, I think it has some brown undertones in this as well, or like dark purple, so I think it just works very well. And I do go pretty heavy on blush because I noticed that's the first always to go. Quick little step of brushing my brows. I don't do anything crazy because my brows are super bushy and I don't want to mess with them. But now we're basically on to the stressful part, which is eyes, and where things could definitely potentially go very wrong. I got this new eyeshadow palette. It's the Dior in Nude Essentials 001. It looks like this, and I'm just gonna experiment with this, but I heard really good things about this. They have like different seasonal drops, so I'm like excited for that purpley one, hopefully if that comes back. But this is what she looks like. And we're gonna first set our eyes with this shade here. I believe it's Shimmer Beige. Just gonna plop that all over my lid as kind of a starter. I want to use this shade and potentially combine it with this if it's not going to be too dark, but we're going to first put that in our crease and see what happens, see what it even looks like, if it's going to be really bad for my skin tone or what. But just on my crease. Okay, that's so light and nice. I like that a lot actually. It just adds a little something without being too crazy. Now I'm going to go in, deepen it up with that brown. I think that's in the shade Matte Brown. I love how literally easy it is to name these. But I'm just gonna put that, focus that really on the outer part of my eye. Okay, this is what we look like right now. I think it's pretty good. Don't know, could be completely wrong. But I'm gonna now put some sparkle on my lid again. I'm gonna go in with a light gold shimmer and just start putting that on my eye. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that brown and mix it with that reddish brown and kind of blend it under my eyes just to make it a little bit more cohesive, so my under eyes don't look as like stark compared to it. Basically, I'm gonna take some Phoenix of, I think it's Hourglass stick eyeshadow, and also put that under my eye, mainly on like the inner corner area, and blend it out like so. And then speaking of inner corners, we're gonna go in with some of this white shade. I think this is just pearly white, and I'm gonna combine it with the light gold, and I'm just gonna put that on my inner corner. And this is also where things could potentially go wrong. I got these lash kits from Amazon. They're the KU Lash Invisible Grace Lash, and they look like this. I got the Berry collection. I'm gonna experiment with this. I think I'm gonna go in with 12 and also maybe 10 on as I work my way in. I'm probably just gonna do like halfway just for extra volume on the ends of my eyes. But this is going to be very confusing and probably where I mess up, so I'm very scared. I'm also gonna line my lips while I do my lashes because that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna go in with my peel off lip stain and overline my lips, because if we're gonna be eating and drinking and talking, then I need something to permanently be on my lips so that they look plump and nice. Okay, am I a magician but I'm actually so surprised. I did 2 of the 10s on the outer and like kind of the middle outer section, and they look like this. I think I honestly did a pretty good job, not to toot my own horn. I'm debating if I add 1 more, but I think that's gonna get too heavy, so I think I'm gonna leave it as is because I think this does a really good job of keeping it natural but still like, look at that little lift. So I'm just gonna try to replicate that now on the other side to see how that goes. Oh my god, guys, could this be my new niche? Like, do these look good? Do I look slay? I know my hair looks crazy right now, but not bad. Like, they're not bad. But I topped it off with the Seal and I put Mario mascara on, but I'm also gonna put some mascara on my lower lashes because I think these are so dramatic that they need something on the bottom to balance it out. So I'm gonna just do telescopic, like very baby strokes, but I'm actually very pleasantly surprised that I pulled that off. Okay, let's set our face with the airbrush flawless filter. I had to like kind of go backwards, but now we're just gonna line our lashes with the Rare Beauty. I'm gonna try to maybe do a little wing. We'll see if I can even do it. Okay guys, we're in the home stretch, so I'm gonna go in with the Say liner in Twist, and I think this is really perfect for the gloss that I just did. It like is literally its color twin. So I'm just gonna line my lips, also kind of overline them, basically go over where I just did the liner. Okay, obviously I had to do a bit of an outfit change because I have to leave in like 5 minutes, but now we're on to the lips, which is the most exciting part. So we obviously just line them. I'm gonna not do anything crazy for the lips. I'm just gonna go in with this Rare Beauty gloss. I'm actually gonna go in with 2. I'm gonna go in with Blaze and Glimmer, and I'm gonna put Glaze on the outside and then Glimmer on the inside because I think these two are gonna complement the lavender dress I'm wearing and also the bronzy pinky look. I don't even know which one to do first, but we're just gonna go in with Glaze first. I think this is such a pretty color. I love how non-sticky these glosses are, and they smell like my childhood. That's literally the best way to describe these Rare Beauty glosses. And Glimmer on the middle. So cute. Oh my god, I love 10 out of 10 recommend these glosses. They smell like your childhood and they're not sticky, and they are hydrating as well for your lips. So this is the final makeup tutorial. This is the look for the full glam. I'll brush out my side bangs so you can see the eyes, the bronze, the glow. I think we did a good job of doing full glam while obviously being very like minimal, not too crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Comment down below other videos you guys would like to see from me, and I hope to see you guys in my video for next week. Bye.